Hi, welcome to 4 Minutes of Film with me, Rhianna. 3 films to review this week: Lucy, starring Scarlett Johansson, Into the Storm, and What If, with an interview from Daniel Radcliffe. But first up, Will Poulter was on The Breakfast Show with Scott Mills, and here's an exclusive clip of his latest film, The Maze Runner, which isn't out until October. Will plays a glider living outside the walls of a massive maze.
Either they make it back or they don't.
Can't risk losing anyone else.
There!
They're not gonna make it.
You gotta leave it! Hey! On the street!
Okay, let's get into the reviews. Lucy. Lucy, Scarlett Johansson, is forced to smuggle a bag of drugs inside of her stomach, but then the bag explodes and the drugs cause her to access more and more of her brain, which means that she has the knowledge and the power to control everything.
Professor Norman, my name's Lucy. I just read all your research on the human brain. We need to meet.
All of my research? Well, I'm very flattered, young lady, but I find that hard to believe.
I read your theory on the use of the brain's capacity. It's a little rudimentary, but you're on the right track.
Thank you.
It's a very similar concept to Bradley Cooper's Limitless, but Lucy seems much more engaging and entertaining. There are some really unexpected elements, like clips from wildlife documentaries, goes a bit Matrixy at times, there's time travel, and Scarlett Johansson shows us, like she did in Under the Skin, that she really can act. It's very, very fun. And Morgan Freeman's in it. What more can you ask for? 4 stars for Lucy. And next up is What If? What If looks at the eternal question, can men and women ever just be friends? Daniel Radcliffe and Zoe Kazan play Wallace and Chantry, who fall not in love but into a friendship where he loves her, she has a boyfriend. Classic scenario.
Option 3, patiently wait it out. Eventually either the distance gets to them and they break up, or it doesn't and they get married, live a happy life with you always on the outside looking in, quietly pining indefinitely.
So be pathetic?
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Well, it's got the advantage of not being particularly unethical, but it's got the disadvantage of being,
Pathetic.
Yeah.
It's a much overused premise, but one that everyone can empathise with. For once, Daniel Radcliffe isn't in a horror, he's not magical, and he's really good at playing the Brit abroad in Canada. This is what happened when I spoke to him. My boyfriend told me to ask you about your love for getting naked. Now, is this true?
Why is your boyfriend asking about this?
I don't know. I was quite weirded out, so I felt like I had to say it, because you get naked in What If as well.
I get naked in What If, I get naked in Kitty Darlings, and I get naked in Horns, which is coming out later this year. So just,
Horns by name.
Prepare yourself. Exactly. They can't stop me. It's not full frontal in What If, just so you know. Like, it doesn't make it like, it doesn't take it to that far. I don't think it is in Horns either. It depends what he's using. But no, I don't think it is. Look, I don't request the nudity to be in these films. I'm not somebody who shies away from it. Like, I don't particularly care. Yeah, I'm just really up for it. What can I say?
The supporting cast are really fun. Rafe Spall and Adam Driver, who's going to be in the next Star Wars film. I really enjoyed the banter between Chantry and Wallace, although at times it tended to be a bit scripted rather than a natural conversation, but it's still a clever, fun rom-com. So 4 stars. Next up, it's Into the Storm. A small town in America sees a storm like never before, and there is tornado after tornado ripping through. Richard Armitage is one of the heroes trying to save his son. It's all found footage, so everything that we see is filmed by one of the characters, and it's just such a lazy filming device. There are other ways of creating tension. I did get swept away in it. It is engaging and it's a spectacle, but it is quite predictable. There's nothing we haven't really seen before, so 3 stars for Into the Storm. Next week, I'll be reviewing Sin City 2 and If I Stay, which stars Chloe Moretz, and I'll be speaking to her as well. So click here to subscribe and catch that next week.
1.